And now, live from the man cave, deep in the heart of constitutional Livingston County, Michigan, on a Tuesday night, Dark Money Rant, with your co-hosts, Patrick Acton, hey, Black Quilt Teddy Bester, hey, and Joe Farkas is in the house.
Woo!
Yeah. How'd you bowl today, Joe?
Crappy.
Okay, we won't bring it. Larry's not here, not feeling good tonight. But he sends his regards.
Oh, Riri!
Totally Riri.
You're a gay fish.
Yeah, there's the gay fish. And this is my brain. Of course, I'm your host, Jeremy Scott Gibbs. Welcome to the show tonight. A little subdued because we're hearing the news as the show launches that it may be the last, may have primaried Thomas Massie. Some of the crowd shouts, yay. Some of the crowd shouts, aw. We'll discuss that tonight. But welcome to the show, everybody. I'm wearing my new Tigers shirt. I like it a lot. It's one of those heavy, Patrick, it's one of those heavy ones, you know? It's a thick jersey. And I'm going to wear it to the game next Wednesday with my buddy Frank. But I felt like wearing it tonight because the Tigers weren't completely losing horribly as we went live on the air tonight. They were tied 3-3. Is your mic on? There you go. But welcome to the show, everybody. It's going to be a really interesting show. I told Joe what the theme of the show was, and he brought a stack of paper.
We'll just pay attention to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first. We can ignore the others.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to get into some dark money conversations. But before we do that, pork chops, tortellinis, asparagus, and signature salad. Not too bad tonight.
It was good. We ate well.
Teddy thought there for a minute he was going to have to save part of a pork chop for old Joe. And I said, no, Joe's not coming. There's 3 pork chops. There's 3 guys. And he goes, well, then I'll take a whole pork chop. He was being nice.
Thank you, Teddy.
Yeah, no problem.
He was going to save
Look,
you.
pork chop, he's a bad dude.
And ran with a bunch of bad dudes. But hey, Jack, and by the way, but seriously, man.
That's why I won 54 states.
That's 54 states. We got to win. We got him. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. Dude, they just jack up. Every time you do something, they just jack up your stuff. What it is all 3 computers all updated. I ignored the update, just went to sleep mode. Look at dude, it's so stupid.
So it's updating again.
Tech Gremlins got to us good this time.
Dude. And you can't do rhyme or reason when they update your shit, you know? It's crazy. Oh, we have a new update for you. And then when the next time I go to open the Edge browser, which I use for some things, but not a lot. When I open up that Edge browser, of course, find out what's new. What did we update? What did we add? You mean, how did you screw up everything I had set up?
Yeah.
Because now it's not going to go to my homepage like I wanted it to. Now it's going to change this, and it's going to... You can go back to your... I didn't want you to change my shit in the first place. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's experienced that.
Well, the IT guys, they got a better plan for everybody. They just try to make your life miserable.
100%.
And it always comes at the most inappropriate time.
It does.
Yeah.
But, Joe, what did you discover today that was really cool that you were sharing with us?
About...
No, the thing that helped you search.
Oh, I'm not... you know what? You're
got talent,
You're
Joe.
messing with me.
I am
pal.
messing with you. Joe goes, hey, look at this. What's this thing, grok? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I want you to share it with your
With the audience.
vast
Hey,
audience.
if you guys out there don't know, there's this cool thing called grok. And Joe used it today with expertise, and he loves it. If you've never used it out there, you might want to.
Dale's asking, did you have halal pork chops or kosher pork chops?
Neither. They were just straight up pork chops. They had no religious connotation on them whatsoever.
Didn't know pork could be kosher.
It can't. It's poor. Pig, swine is bad for them.
That's right.
Pigs,
They
pigs
said
are bad, okay?
They say it's written in the Bible that we shouldn't eat pork.
It's written in the Old Testament covenant for the Jewish, the Israelites. But in the New Testament, specifically 3 places in the Gospels, and then in Acts 10 and 11, the Lord brings down a whole sheet full of all kind of creatures. And he says, get up, Peter, kill and eat. And he says, not so, Lord. I've never touched anything unclean. He goes, don't call anything unclean that I've made clean.
And what I love about it, the Lord loves a good barbecue.
Right?
Yeah,
We're got to get some planning together for this 4th of July
yeah.
barbecue.
that's right.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Or even, 250 party barbecue would be great.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be huge.
It's something to salvage here, recent events, right?
Yeah.
I am seeing some really cool clothes, like some T-shirt or some button-up short sleeve shirts that are just badass. Like you got an eagle over here with the 250 on
Yeah.
it, and it's got a bunch of other embroidery on it.
Oh yeah, I just ran
Badass.
into a site today that had some really nice looking jerseys.
Right? Okay, let's get to this. Why is my trackball moving so slow?
Because it was updated.
Because it's updated. Look at this.
It's new and improved.
Yep. Thanks, Windows.
Hey, did you hear about the latest Google? It's great.
The Grok AI.
Oh, really?
I appreciate that, Joe.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. Hopefully Shane Trejo is going to be calling in. Let me see what he's got.
You gonna do it where you're just gonna have the phone up to the microphone?
Yeah. There's Massie for Congress. He just posted something on X. See if you can look it up, Teddy. X should be in there.
Massie for Congress.
There's some other long-term congressmen I wouldn't mind removing. I've been in there forever, besides this guy.
Yeah, if you're going to go after somebody, go after some of these other...
Mitch McConnell.
No, he's retiring, so he's
Yeah, but go after all these
Put out the-
horrible rhinos.
he's put
that
out the
actually-
pasture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But-
I'm not seeing anything from Massie for Kentucky.
It's Massie for Congress is what the site's showing.
Yeah, Thomas Massie for Congress.
I just got
Verified. Oh, I'm on the same account. I don't know if
Okay.
you'll have to pull that up on your phone or.
All right, I will. Well, the problem is, like, if I pull up my phone, dude, what is up with this thing? Craziness. Anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. Sorry about the dead air. I'm just, as usual, trying to figure out what the
Another
hell-
tech issue.
Technical
going on?
difficulties.
Let's do the disclaimers. Let's get that out of the way, just for now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any new post, at least on this computer. It's
Okay.
Probably because
Here.
it's not on an X account. Text me that on my. Oh, you want me to read it?
Well, let me get the disclaimers out of the way. All right. Notice this podcast is raw, unfiltered, and completely politically incorrect.
It's from 6 a.m. though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it just popped up.
So, oh. Well.
Okay. This podcast is mostly raw, unfiltered, and politically incorrect. We say Merry Christmas, the Pledge of Allegiance, especially the part about one nation under God. We thank our troops for their service. Thank you, those in our audience. You didn't serve, did you, Joe?
No, actually, I have a little story I could share with you about that.
Oh.
I went down to Fort Wayne to register or volunteer to serve,
Uh-huh.
and passed my physical, and they said, well, you can, we'll be getting in touch with you in about 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Then Nixon comes out with the lottery. I get a high lottery number,
Never got in.
never got in.
So you went to go and volunteer for Vietnam.
Yeah.
What was your mindset when you were doing that?
I thought, well, don't laugh, but I thought, if you volunteer, you'll get
Better
a
spot?
better spot.
Ah, you felt it was inevitable that you were going to be
Right, exactly.
brought into it. So
Yep.
it wasn't patriotic fervor to go and smash those darn
No,
communists.
not really. But
Well, that's
I
better.
thought this was a time when I believed in my government and thought, oh, good old USA, the
Right.
government, they're our friend. Boy, was I
Wow.
drinking the Kool-Aid, eh?
Well, I got a low lottery number, so
Oh,
like 65, something like that, 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then Nixon did away with the draft. Just as I was, going off to college, because I was like, I go to college. I guess if
Get a
if you went to-
deferment?
yeah,
deferment for college, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
which I wanted to do anyway. So.
Right. Back to this. We recognize 3 genders, male, female, mentally ill. As adults, we enjoy adult beverages. Patrick's on his coffee.
Coffee's adult.
Yeah. Joe, you didn't get your water?
Didn't even get a water, no respect.
Dale says, no Larry to keep the conversation moving.
That's what Larry does, for sure. We cuss, we do not curse or swear.
Look up the definition.
Please, for the love of Jesus. Oh, speaking of that, we love Jesus, but we hate religion and religious hypocrites. If any of this offends you, please leave. You have been warned.
Arrivederci.
Hasta la vista, baby. Let's see. We'll go through these quick. I'm gonna go to, if I can go through these quick, if my trackball will work. I have to do
Voltaire quote would probably be
for you.
well, for whoever.
Okay. Patrick.
To argue with someone who has renounced his sense of reason is like administering medicine to the dead. Thomas Paine.
Thomas Paine. And I'm gonna go with Joe. What do you think?
Second Amendment.
You think so?
He's sitting in Larry's chair.
He is sitting in Larry's chair. You are correct, sir.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That was issued on 12/15/1791, and it expires never.
When you pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Hell freezes over.
And young Tedley over here wants
the potato
that
guy.
one.
If you want to know who controls you, look at who you are not allowed to criticize.
Ooh, who are you not allowed to
love that.
criticize?
Larry. Larry's behind everything.
He does control me. That's very true. Dude, this trackball is killing
Well,
me right now.
you can't criticize Israel. That seems to be a problem these days.
Yep.
Oh, Riri.
Totally, Riri.
So that's a scary statement, but probably true.
Right.
Yep.
Everybody,
Never
apologize and never explain. It's a sign of weakness.
Weak.
And I think that people out here would do well, if you're watching, to understand that apologies do nothing with these monsters.
Nothing. Nothing with these monsters.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. All right. And that's it for disclaimers. We're good to go. Dale is sorely misguided with that statement. We love Larry, but
We love Larry. He's very special.
Extra special.
And of course, people are texting me while we're doing the show. Oh my goodness.
Texting, what's a text?
Listen, I taught my mother-in-law how to voice text. Where you know, do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Where you instead of typing, you just hit the little
Just
microphone
hit
and you
this
talk
and
into
say,
it.
Call Jeremy.
And she's now known. I make her well aware. You lost your microphone. I'm like, the other morning I get up and my phone is there's a novel in it. And I come downstairs and I didn't answer any of it. I just came downstairs. And she looked right at me and I had my phone in my hand. She goes, "Did I blow your phone up?" Because I taught her that phrase too. I'm like, all right, I taught you how to do voice, to text.
Right.
Don't blow my phone up with, a book on there you've got to get all your words out right now. So she's like, "Did I blow your phone up?" I'm like, "Yeah. Just say I want to do something with the chicken coop next time. I think we should do this and have, dude, I should read it to you. This is like one whole, stream of consciousness, dude. It's crazy. Yeah.
She likes that chicken coop. I saw her
Joe,
out
you
there
just tried to
with
call
the
me.
I did.
You were
I wanted
fucking,
to
now you're
prove-
messing with me?
Yep, I wanted to prove your theory.
Of course you did. See, I have my phone set on silence.
Yep.
I've had it set on silence now for about 5 months. So unless I have my headphones on,
Yeah.
or I see it, I don't get it. I don't. My phone does not alert me that.
where the brain's at, Ted.
Yeah,
Ah.
dude. Patrick will verify this. Look,
Yeah, it took you a week to read that.
dude. Friday, 7:12 a.m. Need to redo the roofs. The height of the bar sitting's fine. We just need longer panels. Dude, it just. Ebony laid another egg while she had it. We'll have to worry about that later. We'll probably need to go to Home Depot. We'll have to do this. Pick it. Dude. That's. Then I didn't get up fast enough. So an hour later, I remember we were looking at the soil. We have to do. Like, she goes, "Did I blow your phone up?" I'm like, "Yes." Stop it.
It'll never be the same.
Dude, it's crazy.
Never.
I don't know if anybody out there has that. MSU board just took away their First Amendment right if they disagree with the majority of the board. Communism 101. Joe, anything to say about that? Wearing your Michigan State jersey there, your T-shirt?
No, I know this, that we were out there about a month ago as being part of the Gideons, handing out New Testaments to the young folks. And it was quite the experience.
To those young whippersnappers.
Yeah. And they didn't they just get a $450 million endowment?
MSU? I do not know that. You would know that.
Yeah, I understand that is the case.
Okay. I mean, I knew what grok was, but I don't know that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what texting was until you,
Just now?
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
glad I would keep you informed.
See,
Teddy, are you monitoring us over on?
I'm monitoring Facebook and Rumble.
do you think people are getting tired of this nonsense? About
I think so.
my inadequacies?
I wouldn't call them inadequacies necessarily, but how's our Dale? How's our volume out there? I'm looking at our meters on the inside. That's why I didn't say anything. You see, I did that. Dale, how's our volume out there, buddy? I guess I can see it up there. I might have to turn Joe's mic up just a hair. Anyways, all right, let's get into some of this. Most expensive primary to remove a 6-term Kentucky congressman. Let's see. I got to pull that up over here. How much was spent? $35 million on a primary race.
Wow.
This is on Politico, actually. Politico. So I'm gonna actually do that one. Go up. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Here we go. Massey's primary is the most expensive in history. Pro-Israel groups have played a huge part. The pro-Israel lobby has pumped millions into Democratic primaries this year, is facing the next test of its political power on the right in Ruby Red, Kentucky. American Israel Public Affairs Committee and other pro-Israel interest groups have uncorked over $9 million in a bid to unseat Republican Representative Tom Massie. He's that big of a threat. In a competitive primary that has shattered spending records. The prominent pro-Israel GOP donors have funneled millions more into a super PAC stood up by President Donald Trump. Political operations that has spent nearly $7 million on that race. Overall, ad spending has topped $32 million, making it the most expensive House race, or most expensive House primary on record. What do we think about this, guys? I think spending. I've said this about a number of political races and the amount of money they're spending. We can't get the freaking roads fixed, but we can spend millions and millions and millions of dollars for ads.
Well, the thing that bothers me most about it is that it's a foreign country that seems to be running this thing. They're the advocates behind it. Their lobby is huge in this country.
Well, look at this statement here. He is the most, look at this right here, this paragraph right here. He is the most anti-Israel Republican in the House. Yeah, he's also the one that has never taken money from AIPAC. United Democracy Project spokesperson Patrick Dorton said of Massie, "This is a competitive, close primary situation. It's always hard to defeat incumbents, but we think there's an opportunity here." It wasn't a close primary situation until you brought this other guy in.
Wasn't even bringing the other guy in. It's when you had said, $15 million in, just Israel lobbying spent on this one primary.
Yeah. To get rid of a guy that
To get rid of a guy that has a 98% Liberty score and votes with the Republican Party 90% of the time.
Pull that up, please.
Or
send it to me.
The Liberty score or the...
Both of them.
Okay, let me... you want me to...
Your headphone dying on you?
Yeah, it keeps dying. I have to twist it around.
Do we want to play the video yet? We could play the video.
Are we gonna get Shane on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just
That's not till like 9:30.
Oh, gotcha. You have any other headphones? Because these ones are not working.
They dying on you?
Yeah.
Right there, buddy.
Okay.
Throw those in the trash if they're not working.
Well, they're working, but you gotta keep messing with them.
Then they're not working. Dude, I literally bought a bag of those for $30, like 100 set of headphones.
Go through them that quick, eh?
No, it's just I wanted them to be able to be one and done if necessary.
Oh, okay.
But it is what it is. All right, so we do have a video of Massie that was played. I think he was interviewed yesterday. That I do want to play part of it, a good portion of it, because they've been pulling. The clip they've been pulling out of it is the "Are you anti-Semite?" And he starts to talk and bring explanation. The guy goes, "I just a simple question: Are you an anti-Semite?" He goes, "No, hell no." But Speaker of the House just introduced a bill to equate anti-Semitism with being anti-Jewish. They're two totally different things. Everybody throughout the Middle East is a Semite. That's the whole point. So to say you're anti-Semite if you speak against the Jews, but you're not anti-Semitic if you speak against Muslims, that's literally cognitive dissonance. You can't. A Semite is not, but they want to equate that. Well, you're just an anti-Semitism. No, there's just like in our government, there's horrible, evil people in our government. I don't give a shit where they're from. They're bad.
Yep.
You know, and we're supposed to worship at the feet of Israel, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not one of those people. Anyways, Teddy, did you find those things for me?
On the Liberty score, I'm just trying to find.
Oh, I muted you. There you go.
On the Liberty score, I'm just trying to find like one that just does.
Okay,
Like
that's fine.
part by
I'm
part.
gonna.
I'll just do the Liberty score, so you know.
Okay.
I got
You
it on
know-
I got it on my screen right now.
What's really troubling about this is that
Is it the pack?
It could be the pack.
Get the other pack.
this, we have, I don't know how you get the money out of politics, but we have, like you mentioned, Pat, that the other countries are running our political affairs
Yep,
with the money. The Chinese are certainly doing it.
yep.
And they've paid off the Democratic Party, and they're bought and paid for.
Yep.
We have the Islamists are catching on to the gig. Hey, if you, and I just came across, I forget the name of the group, a couple days ago, that says that they're raising money to alter our political system and inject Sharia law into our system.
Well, how do you get Mondami in New York, a city that was attacked on 9/11 by supposedly Muslim terrorists, even though I believe it was an inside job? Either way, you got a Muslim mayor now
Yeah.
from a city that was. How does that work?
Oh,
You've
that
got a
was-
whole enclaves throughout the country of either Muslim or Somali pirates.
Ted,
Yeah, you're scratching with your headphones scratching on.
your headphones are scratching.
How do you get that unless there's dark money in it? Unless there's money involved in that, you don't get that any other way.
Or there's election fraud, and the two work hand in hand.
Well, yeah, I would say the election fraud is precipitated by the dark money because you're paying those mules as what's his face did the report on it. Dinesh D'Souza, the 2,000 mules.
Yeah.
You're good to go. What do you got?
Pat
Is my
Cole-
microphone being weird?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Your headphones were dragging along your
Oh,
microphone.
okay. Is it good now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
All right, what'd you find?
I found
get to
the
our,
Conservative Review Liberty score.
okay. And on your laptop?
Yeah, it's on my laptop.
Let's see. Where's it at? I use it so infrequently. There it is. Teddy laptop.
So I just want to point out this is the Thomas Massie Liberty score from Conservative Review.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, this is 96% basically conservative votes,
Okay.
4% liberal votes. So
4%. He's got the best score of any sitting congressman.
correct.
And some of the things that he has voted against have been because of procedural
Or
issues
pork.
that are in the bill that he can't agree with. So, anything else on that site?
Nothing that I can really see.
Okay. Let me go to this then. Let's come back to this. So, the phrase has been used by President Trump here, and I wanna put this up. This is the Google one. In May 2026, U.S. Representative Tom Massie used the term in a campaign statement to criticize his opponent, Ed Galerin. How do you say this? Galerin? I don't know. A former Navy SEAL backed by President Donald Trump. Massie argued that Galerin was a rubber stamp for the Uniparty and likened him to a warm body from Central Casting, implying he was a placeholder or a generic figure rather than a genuine representative of Kentucky's 4th District. Massie claimed his own campaign was ahead in the polls, fundraising, and national support, while accusing Galerin of being propped up by out-of-state donors. And it seems to be that case, doesn't it? Seems to be the case that he's propped up by out-of-state donors. So, Do we want to go to this clip? I want to go to this clip for a little bit. Did I open it up already?
We have a few chats.
What do we
Dale
got?
says, well, I'm almost deaf, but I can hear it. And then we have our good friend John Bovey saying, hello, everyone. By now, we all heard the good news that Israel wins again. And he also says Muslims paid millions to unseat Massie. Obviously.
Obviously. Millions to unseat Tom Massie.
It's funny, you know, you get like $100,000 from like Muslim donors, or Massie I guess Massie got like 100,000 from like.
This pressure washer is so insane it can literally slice through trees at full power. So it's no wonder.
Did you see how that freaking came up with the volume up? But if I open up a video I want to come up with the volume up, you know what's going to happen?
It's going to be down.
No volume up. Continue, Teddy. Sorry to interrupt you.
Anyway, so Massie gets $100,000 around that number from Muslim donors, I guess. But it's equatable to Ed, whatever his last name is, Gallerin, getting over $15 million from pro-Israel groups.
And honestly, I'm going to tell everybody out there in the audience, I don't have a problem with somebody getting money from certain groups, okay? Because some of those groups will donate to your campaign just to try to soil your name. They're not genuinely donating because they want you to be elected. They donate to you so that you can be accused of taking that money. Now, we know locally that that's happened. If Larry was here, he'd tell you about an incident where they received money, and because it wasn't proper, wasn't illegal, but it didn't follow the right channels and the amount was too much, they sent it back. That campaign that he ran for
Did he get credit
Detmer,
for
Mike Detmer.
Did he get credit for sending it back?
They sent it back and wiped their hands of it. That's another one where Mike Detmer's campaign spent $20,000, and the other campaign in the primary spent $1.2 million to defeat him. And that tells you what's going on.
Yepper.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with Muslims donating, because they're probably doing that because it's the opposite of the Israel lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
If the person running doesn't change their track history and everything like that, and Massie never did.
Well, here's my thing, right? These people think like, oh, since he's, Thomas Massie is going to enforce Sharia law because these Muslims donated. Where it's more like maybe the Muslims donated so he could have a vote to stop the genocide and flattening of Gaza and southern Lebanon. Just a thought.
And not only that, he's the current one who's introduced legislation to make AIPAC register as a foreign lobby.
Yep.
Who was the last person that did that? Seems like he had a mostly peaceful ride through Dallas in December.
John, he was like a little-known president, John F. Kennedy.
Seems like that.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to force whatever the AIPAC was at that time.
Also, he didn't like Israel getting nukes as well.
Which they have, and they refused to sign onto
the
non-proliferation agreement. So there's that. While they scream that Iran can't have them, Israel's, along with, unfortunately, our president has threatened multiple times since going after Iran this last time that we're going to nuke them. We're going to wipe them off the face of the earth. If people don't know, that's what the Samson option is when Israel says that. This is just nuke everybody and see what's left. I can't go along with that. I don't care who it is. If it was another country, if it was China doing that, but China's not doing that type of saber rattling, But I can't go along with that shit, And people want you to just be part of the cult and just go along with it. I'm not into it. Not into it. Let me play this clip here and see what we get out of it.
It's almost as though we're subservient to another country.
You could say it like that. You very well could. All right, let's play this clip. What do I got to go to? This is on Google. Okay.
No volume?
I didn't start playing it yet. I just unmuted it.
Precious hours to go. What is your sense of the state of the race?
Well, we've got the momentum on the ground. If the ground game is worth anything, it's ours. Our opponent canceled events on Saturday because he didn't have enough people to show up. And we've had dozens of people at every stop, even in small towns like this, that have only 1,000 people in them.
There have been more than $32 million spent on a primary in this congressional district, which is now the most expensive House primary ever in the United States. Is it worth it?
You'd have to ask Miriam Adelson on May 20th if it was worth it. Because, you know, they tried to buy my vote for 14 years and it was never for sale. Now they're trying to buy a seat here in Kentucky. I think they underestimated the reserve price of my constituents. They waded into this. They thought they could buy this seat with a couple million. That didn't work. And now they're throwing good money after bad. The thing that surprised me is how much money we've been able to raise. I don't have 3 billionaires who want to just throw their money away. I've got the grassroots, tens of thousands of donations. Average donation for me is about $80. And we've been able to go toe to toe. A lot of that 32 million is coming from our side, but it's coming from regular working Americans.
When you say that they spent money to try to buy the seat, who are you talking about specifically?
I'm talking about the Israeli lobby, AIPAC, Republican Jewish Coalition, Miriam Adelson, Paul Singer, and John Paulson. These are the groups that have given 95% of the money to my opponent because they're mad at me over foreign policy. Now, what's interesting is my policy has always been no country is special and no country deserves my constituents' taxpayer dollars. So I have never voted for foreign aid to Egypt, to Syria, to Israel, or to Ukraine. But the ones in Israel, since they're the biggest recipients of it, that makes them a little bit mad.
What's so wrong about helping defend Israel from Iranian threats?
We've got debt. I mean, at least with NATO, there's the promise of a reciprocal arrangement. With Israel, it's completely one way. And they drug us into wars. They've convinced us that Iran is just days away from a nuclear weapon, and it's perpetually that way. This is not our war. Israel, for instance, funds abortions publicly. I think a lot of Republicans would be aghast to know that we're giving $3.8 billion a year, every year, to a country that funds public abortions.
The president earlier...
You think about that for a second, guys? Yeah.
That's
yeah. Revelations.
Evil.
It is.
I'll try
today
explaining, try explaining that to the dispensationalist types that are the main backers of Israel in this country. Zionist Christians.
Yeah. They don't want to hear that stuff. La 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 la, Israel good. I wasn't doing the la 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 like a Muslim.
No, actually,
I was doing the cover your ears.
I actually asked somebody last week, just asked him, didn't make a statement.
Right.
Just said, hey, what do you think of Israel pretty much dictating that we go into war? And now they're talking about American troops, ground troops, and I go, what do you think of do you think that's something we should go along with? Well, it says in the Bible, you have to, the Jewish people are God's people. And I got follow-up scriptures that they sent me over the last 2 weeks. Like, they're so troubled that I would even question
I know.
support.
Isn't that amazing?
You can't even... Thank God I didn't go in there and say, yeah, Israel's out. We can't be dragged in this war. We don't. If I came across like that, they'd never speak to me again. I was politically correct, and I framed it in the form of a question,
right,
which salvaged our relationship. But
isn't it amazing the way people respond like that?
Yeah.
There's such a lack of
independent thinking.
Critical thinking. Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing to me. I'm like, I was just reading it today, and I thought about putting it in the notes, but I didn't want to go down a huge Israel path. I wanted to play this video of Tom Massie, but really focus on the dark money. But I was just reading through it again. Do you know how many kids Abraham had?
How many kids? Tens of thousands? I don't.
Well, I mean directly.
Oh.
Directly.
One?
Wrong. That's what everybody thinks. is that he only had Isaac.
Uh-huh.
He had Ishmael. Some people will recognize Ishmael.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But when he was Abram, before he was Abraham with the covenant, the Lord promised that his seed would inherit the land. Okay?
Right.
So then he had Ishmael. Well, Ishmael's where the Arabs come from. Because she was an Egyptian with...
They didn't follow God.
But either way, the promise to Abraham, when the Lord told him to get up and leave the land that he was in, the land of his father,
Yeah.
and go to a land that its seed will inherit. So part of the premise of this whole Israel gets to take over the whole Middle East is that it's just Israel. But the promise was made to his seed. That means all of them.
Uh-huh.
And most people don't realize, and I was reading it in, Genesis 30, I'm trying to talk, it was on there, Teddy. I had a bunch of tabs open, I probably closed them. But literally, after Sarah died, Abraham got another wife and had a whole bunch of other kids
Well,
before he died.
Ishmael was the disobedient one, right?
No, Ishmael was the one that was through his concubine that his wife gave him.
Right. Oh, that's right.
But in
yeah.
fact, at a certain point, Sarah says, "Send her away." That
she was
concubine woman
mad,
and
and she's the one that
right,
put her up to it.
And Hagar goes underneath the tree, and she puts Ishmael underneath the tree, and she goes, and they're gonna die. Angel shows up, gives them water, and the Lord tells her through the angel that he will be a mighty man, and he will have 12 tribes out of his loins as well. Whole bunch of promises to Ishmael. Mm-hmm. We're going to ignore all that. And then it even says in the text that even Abraham's concubines, okay, he left his inheritance to his firstborn son with his wife, to Isaac. Mm-hmm. Okay? But it says that he gave gifts to all of the kids of his concubines, not just of his other wife. And he blessed all of them.
Okay.
But we're going to ignore that, and we're going to wipe out. We're going to say that only Israel matters. That I got a problem with right there. First and foremost, because I've said it on here before, that Israel was told by the Lord that you will be a light for revelation unto the Gentiles, unto the nations, actually is what the Hebrew really says. You will be a light unto the nations. So you know what Israel should be doing right now? Being the best of humanity and showing everybody else how to be the best, not in an arrogant way, but in a humble leadership position. And instead, they have the Mossad, whose phrase is, by deception we will prevail. That's the Mossad's official...
By deception we will make war.
Yeah, by deception we'll make war. That's their official slogan for Mossad.
And
that's what I can't stand. I'm like...
and the Palestine, the Arabs, they were in Palestine long before...
For thousands of years.
Yeah, long before.
Do you know they won't let the Israelis or the Palestinians do, specifically the Israelis won't let them do DNA tests? Because they're going to find out that their Palestinians are more Jewish than the Zionist Jews living in there.
Yeah.
Not only that, they have a history of doing false flags on Jewish communities throughout the world and blaming it on Arabs or whoever. Mm-hmm. Because what happens? Then the Jewish peoples there move to Israel.
Right.
Because they were attacked in these other countries where they don't like you. I mean, the Zionist Jews had agreements with Hitler.
Oh, weren't they, didn't they, what's the word I'm looking for, transport to Russia and...
Russia offered them land, and I believe it was somewhere South America. There was a place in South America. They were both offered land. In fact, we've just now comes to the surface about the history that a lot of the Nazis fled to Argentina. There's a huge-ass Jewish population in Argentina, too, that fled down there. Okay. So we act like they're just pure as the driven snow and can do no wrong, and that's not the case. I want them to be, and second, there's two other issues. One, once Christ came and was rejected by the Jewish people as the Messiah, he was crucified, resurrected. It says in Scripture throughout all the rest of the New Testament that we as believers of any descendancy, any race, if we believe in the one true Messiah, Jesus Christ, that we are Israel. We are Israel.
Okay.
In fact, Paul writes about that, and he says that Israel, or the Jews have.
Well, we're the second
hardened.
covenant, right?
We're the final. Well,
The final, yeah.
covenant. Yes, but yeah. And so there's that, and then there's the historical concept that every time Israel was attacked throughout the Old Testament, it was because they were being disobedient. But now in this modern age, we're going to reference the Bible for Jewish supremacy throughout the Middle East, but we're not going to acknowledge that when the Jews are disobedient to God in that same Old Covenant time frame, that God was the one that allowed their enemies to attack them.
King after king after king.
What do you think the captivity in Babylon twice was?
Solomon's son.
Dude, what do we think?
Rehoboam.
Yeah, what do we think all that is?
Yeah.
That's disobedience. But you can't say that Israel's doing anything disobedient or you're an anti-Semite. No, I want their government to be held accountable. I got Jewish friends. I got no problem with that. But this whole bullshit that they're somehow elevated and can do no wrong and we've got to support them no matter what. It used to crack me up years ago when the church was like pushing this years and years ago, and they would go, America's only good because of, of supporting Israel. And I'm like, wait, you mean the nation state formed in 1948, 47, 48 is what made America great since 1776? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Because from what I can tell, it's right after the Second World War is when America went downhill in a rapid way. I mean, we had prosperity, the baby boomers.
We had prosperity up until the mid 1960s, and then after 1965, that's when stuff started to go downhill.
Right, but you had
when we got rid of the
correct, but that's the
schoolhouse, the Ten Commandments.
But that's later. You realize how many things were implemented right after World War II, like the CIA, the OSS becoming the CIA. And they started to do all sorts of covert operations and attacking other countries and manipulating their elections. All that shit starts to happen right at that same time.
Because Johnson was a crook.
Johnson was a crook, absolutely.
And a racist.
But remember Eisenhower, who warned us about the military-industrial complex, but also in that speech about the medical.
I'd say Johnson was more responsible for creating the welfare state. That
what Johnson said about
he was a racist.
100%.
Yeah.
He said, pass this bill and I'll have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 100 years.
Yep.
They destroyed the black communities. It pisses me off. Because I've seen the modern black communities, and I'm like, your community was in the 20s, 30s, 40s, during Jim Crow, during all that, your communities were phenomenal because you had to fight for it. And you said, okay, we can't go to your college, we'll start our own college. Oh, we can't go to your restaurant, we'll start our own restaurant. Oh, you can't go to your barbershop, we'll start our own barbershop. And they did, and they had beautiful, prosperous businesses. And the government said, all right, well, let's do a test on this. You know, Margaret Sanger, we got to get rid of the black weeds.
Get rid of the black babies.
It's all this propaganda stuff, and it comes back to not just the Jewish people. You cited it. There's Chinese. I mean, we had Fang banging. Was that Swallowswell, or was that one of them?
And who had the
Chinese driver?
Yeah.
Wasn't that Pelosi or something like that?
Yeah, that was Pelosi.
Yeah. So we've had all sorts of other government. Not only that, one of the things that people don't realize too about this is, on one level, we're fighting against them. On another level, we're using them. So if your Constitution says, which ours did, that you can't spy on your own people, well, then you get MI6 or Mossad to spy on you, and then you buy the information from them, or you trade it because you're spying on their people.
Right.
So we're going to go spy on the British people and spy on the Israeli people, or spy on the Chinese people, and then they're spying on us, and we're just going to swap information, and now it's not illegal because we didn't do the spying. That's the type of justification we have. What do you think all these fucking data centers are for?
Oh, absolutely.
It's to gather as much information as they possibly can on every individual for control.
For control. Yep, absolutely.
I was reading an article that said that there's a data center, it covers, maybe it's in Texas, over 7,000 acres.
I heard that was in Arizona. It was the size of
Arizona?
Manhattan.
Utah. That was Utah.
Oh, was it Utah?
Yep.
The size of Manhattan
Yep.
Island.
And these data centers, they send off radiation, which will be killing people.
Yep.
They're destroying the water, groundwater.
Yep.
The electricity
Yep.
is going to be. You know how fragile our electricity
Our grids are.
grid
Yep.
is, and
There's-
you're going to bring in all these
There's, from
data
what I,
centers.
the one I recently heard was there are 36 specific sites throughout America that if you hit one of them, the whole grid will cascade and go down.
Yeah. What are we
Do
doing?
you, do you know? Do you know the super?
Because
the super. We have them outside of our house. The transformer. The super transformers, the big, huge ones that are at the substations.
Yeah.
You know who makes those for us?
China.
Yeah, one company, and they're backlogged. If one of those goes down, we don't have replacements for this stuff. Our infrastructure is horrible,
Yeah.
and we're spending $32 million to take out a
There's
guy
a-
with a 97%. Go, Patrick.
You know Ron, my friend Ron?
Yeah.
You've met him a couple times?
Yeah.
He's in, the salt business and sand and that. And he said there's a specific kind of sand that it remains cool. And so they're using it in these data centers to cool. They put coils in the ground. And he said there's a site, I think it's in Saline, where they have excavated over 3 acres of land, 25 feet deep, and they're going to fill that with this sand. He's got the contract to do it. It's millions of dollars worth of sand. He said we're going to have trucks going in there, double bottom trucks going in there, all day long, 6 days a week for over a year, just to fill that thing.
Yeah, and they were fighting that one. They were
Well,
the
the
people of
township
Saline was
rejected
fighting.
Saline, and the township board and the people were fighting against it, and they voted against it. And then the
And then the
company
state came in.
and the company and the I think the people that sold their land off the data center
Yeah.
threatened to sue for exclusionary zoning. Well, I think you could probably win that in court. The problem is that Saline is a small town,
Yeah, and they don't have
and
that
you
kind
don't
of
have
money
you
to
don't
fight
have
these
you,
big.
and you don't have
Billions.
You don't have millions and millions like Oracle and OpenAI do.
Yeah.
So you're
But-
just bullying these townships and these local people to have something that they don't want.
But there's a way to, talking about my friend Ron,
Yeah.
I lived on Lake Shannon before I moved to Silver Lake, okay? And when I lived on Lake Shannon, all of a sudden, farms started getting purchased on the north side of the lake. Who was buying them? Waste Management. What did they want to put in there? A landfill. How big is Waste Management? It's a multi-billion-dollar company. But we said, okay, everybody in the community, we made pledges to pool money together. We had a multi-million-dollar war chest. And we went to Waste Management and went to the township and went to the state of Michigan and said, we're going to tie up in court till the cows come home. We don't care if we win or lose. We got the money. We're going to spend it. They're not putting a landfill there. It's not happening. We're willing to do battle. And I can tell you even deeper stories about that, but I won't get into it here. You can do it. If the people in Saline pulled together and said, fuck it, we may not win, but we're damn sure going to tie this up in court for decades. Okay? That's what you got. You got to have big kahunas like Trump. You know, they went after Trump big time. Well, what did he do? He fought back. He said, you ain't fucking taking me down. I am going to fight this thing and I've got the money to do it. We're going after you. That's what we did in Lake Shannon. That's what Saline can do.
Well, that's what the people over there in Goshen did, fighting against the battery plant. They just stood their ground.
Yeah.
And they had whole boards.
I think another dynamic too with these data centers.
Did you use the term dynamic? That's my turn today.
I know. I'm
You're learning from the master.
We're having a lot of stuff.
But I think with the Utah
You guys stay there. I got to adjust your camera. Go.
with the Utah data center is that they're trying to bypass the local citizens' concerns because it's a national security thing concern.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the same thing in Saline, but that's like the main That's like the main push or backbone behind these data centers being supported. It's a national security measure.
Well, here's what I don't understand. President Trump wants to make us number one in AI, and it's an America first agenda, and I respect that. But how do you balance that agenda and how destructive it is?
I think it's no coincidence that the last election, the tech billionaires and the AI billionaires and the crypto moguls were backing Trump.
Yeah.
And we've seen that with pardons of crypto billionaires, and we're seeing this with national security backing of data centers and AI investment and pushing of AI. It's no coincidence, because the only reason why this economy, in terms of GDP, is going up the last couple of years is because of AI investment, which is between these multi-billion-dollar conglomerations.
And they're saying it's a bubble. They're saying that
it's a bubble.
It's an AI bubble and it's going to burst, and we don't know where it's going to happen. And back to Joe's point, these things are destructive. And this is my conundrum. All right, you want to build these data centers, fine. Why do you keep putting them in the middle of our
the residential or agricultural area?
Again,
put them in some godforsaken.
You got to beef up
tundra.
the transmission lines. You got to do all the infrastructure, no matter where you put them. Why are you putting them in somebody's backyard or taking over farm fields when there's plenty of land that's unused?
They've got one of them in Alaska, and they're slated for 4 more. They don't want them up there either.
But at least those areas are that was another thing. Kristen Megan Kelly, who's been on the show before, she was on Harrison Smith's show, or the War Room, Alex Jones's network, a couple weeks ago. Anyways, she was pointing out she calls it she wasn't calling it noise, but she was calling it, there's a frequency.
Oh yeah.
That they put out.
That
Literally makes people nauseous and causes them to feel sick, because it's this frequency, just from all of the blade servers and everything operating, it creates a frequency and it causes sickness.
John Bovey has some interesting chats here.
Go ahead.
In terms of Celine, he says their attorney effed them over and they could have fought it. So maybe the township attorney messed it up or something like that. I had to look into it. Another thing he says is that the community would have gladly crowdfunded the legal costs in these situations for this.
But their attorney fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also says even Zuck pretended to back Trump and then tried to get a data center in Howell Township.
Yes.
Who would have seen that coming? And they do it because it's cheaper per acre and they have abundant water and electric capacity.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
is
then he
you
also
could put it
says
on
Megan Kelly owes him a sock still.
She does. I will remind her. But there's, it's you could put these damn things 10 miles in from the coast. We have more coastline in the Great Lakes than the rest of the, if I remember correctly, than the rest of the contiguous of the continent. We have more. Michigan doesn't have, but Michigan with all the other states around us and Canada, there's more shoreline in the Great Lakes than there is out.
And so why do we want to pollute our Great Lakes?
That's
but I'm saying if they're going to put them in and you say they're all safe.
They're not.
But they're not.
Okay.
And why do we?
So then there comes back the problem. But I'm saying if we take them at their word, which you should never do, but if we took them at their word to go, okay, then why are you putting it here when you've got coast? We could drive right now. We could head up the coast of either Lake Huron, Lake Michigan, okay?
Yeah.
And there are whole stretches where there's nothing but beach. Come in 5 to 10 miles off the beach, right?
Right.
Pull in lake water, build as big a freaking data center you want, and then send the water back out, right? So you're constantly
So what's their motive for doing what they're doing?
I think there's other.
Well,
they want to kill people.
They send the water back out, and now it's got cadmium in it, and it's got other heavy metals. And
Well,
that's
we know that.
polluting.
I'm saying, but going off of their argument that it's safe and we're well, if you can put it in our community, why can't you just put it over here in another spot that won't affect farmland, that won't affect residential neighborhoods?
So my question
if it's so good, then put it anywhere.
And when you were talking with Lisa and me earlier, she was saying there was a video of this Georgia data center, and the people right by it could hear it's like a vacuum cleaner. It's so loud and it just goes 24/7.
Well-
and their water levels were lower too.
100%. Yeah, dude, because they say that it's only have to fill it up one time and they just keep recycling their water. That's a lie. The water has to be cleaned because of the stuff that gets into it. It has to be filtered, and then it'll evaporate, the water will. And so then they have to replenish it with, and they're using, what, 100 million gallons a day or some shit like that. It's crazy. But here's my thing again, okay? My granddaughter, she's going home with her little diorama of a windmill, right? And I said, what's that? She said, oh, we can talk about green energies and renewable energies. And I get through the whole conversation with her. I said, so how many windmills does your school have in it, in the playground area or out in front of the building? Oh, none. I said, how many solar panels do they have on the roof? Oh, none. But they're indoctrinating my granddaughter in this green technology is a solution, and yet we know that large-scale windmills and large-scale solar is garbage and doesn't work on a large scale.
Right.
Because you have to have battery storage. And I said, look, if you want to argue for anything about solar, put it on a school, because you know what their peak time is? All in the daylight, unless there's a concert late at night. So your energy could be completely offset. And you know what? It's also a government-run facility. So if there's a tax break for me or incentives for me to put solar on my house, how much more incentive would there be to put it across all of our schools and have them be net zero?
That's
right?
Yep.
But are they doing that? No. They're just indoctrinating the kids and not doing a damn thing. It's hypocrite.
Yeah.
They're just total hypocrites.
So why are they placing these centers where they're placing them? What's
your thought?
What's their advantage? I mean, there's a money advantage somehow.
Correct. You're saving on cheaper land. But
I want to circle back because we were going to talk about this later in the show, the data centers and all that. But I guess
he redheaded?
Yep,
Is he redheaded? A little bit?
a little bit,
Okay.
big time.
Because the White House press secretary under Biden, she liked to circle back.
oh,
Circle back. What was her name? We called her Raggedy Ann.
I can't remember.
Raggedy Ann. Yeah. Anyway, circle back, Teddy. Go ahead and circle back.
So it's all about the dark money that's going into this, right? We have dark money we've seen in Howell too, where this dark money is going to the groups and organizations that wanted the data center here,
Right.
And we're pushing for it. It's also dark money that's gone to Trump and the Republicans, a lot of other, the Uniparty, by AI, big tech, to have these data centers built.
Yep.
And I think the main goal of these data centers is that, like you said before, we're in an AI bubble. And I think when that pops, we have all these data centers that are empty or not, in use.
Not going to be used.
So who would take those centers up? Would be the only
Government. Right.
And we're already.
Oh, Corinne Jean-Pierre. No, she was the Cabbage Patch. She was the black Cabbage Patch.
That's right. Okay.
It was the chick before her.
Jan Paskey.
Jen
Psaki.
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 Yeah, Psaki.
Anyways, so and besides data centers, we're seeing a restriction of freedom, especially on like the internet and free speech in general. Mm-hmm. And these data centers are going to be part of the Palantir, occupied government.
Yep.
Where it's just going to be a surveillance state, and we're seeing, it's like Europe.
Yep.
If you have a 4-year-old tweet saying, criticizing a politician, or I'm sorry, 4-month-old tweet criticizing a politician, you'll get arrested.
How many people are in prison right now, estimated?
In UK?
In the UK, it's like 70,000?
I thought it was like 10,000, 13,000.
Oh, 10,000.
10,000, 13,000.
I thought Lisa just said it while I was standing there in the kitchen.
I don't remember. I thought it was.
Shout out to Chopsky's. We went in there. We took Jocelyn to. Jocelyn had her campus orientation today, or her sitting down and going over what classes she needs and all that stuff. So we didn't walk the campus, but we had to be there on campus to do this orientation. And she had to be there, but Martha and Jocelyn asked me to go with them. So we drove out to Oakland Community College and did that. On the way back, we stopped at the lovely Chopsky's, and we had Larry's favorite Glumke. We had the meatballs on a nice bed of egg noodles and gravy. We had
Making me hungry.
Shitty chicken?
We had the shitty chicken.
The shitty chicken.
And we had the homemade pierogies. They were wonderful. Jocelyn had what was the chicken sandwich? What was it?
Chicken sandwich, or
Yeah,
I guess. Is that what she had? Just a chicken sandwich?
yeah, on that side of the menu, on the lower side. On
Yeah.
that side, the chicken sandwich. She loved it. Phenomenal. And I told Lisa, I said, we're going to give you a shout out because it was, I mean, I know they're good, but it was phenomenal. And I did take a couple pictures in the kitchen. I didn't load them up yet, though.
Huh.
But, yeah, I got a picture of Teddy with all of his potatoes. He was doing potatoes today. He had just container after container after, well, you do just Tuesdays you try to do the whole week?
It's like most of the week, yeah. Sometimes on Friday I'll do
So then
more.
you would cellophane those, or do you have
We
closed
just have
lids?
lids for those. We just wait for them to cool.
And then you put them in the,
put them in the
in the
walk-in.
cool- walk-in?
Yeah, walk-in cooler.
and then you pull them out. But your other guy, who was his name?
Erickson.
Erickson.
Yeah.
Erickson was I was looking at him making pierogies right there. Yeah, the pierogies were great. Everything was great. And did you ask me what I liked best?
Yeah, what'd you like best? Like
I
out of
said-
the main.
I said I really liked, if I had to choose the pierogies and the meatballs, I think were like the best, but everything tasted great. Everything was great. It was wonderful. So shout out to Chopsky's. Get out to Milford, go out there and get a bite to eat, get a good meal. Dude, Martha was even saying, she said William would love the restaurant itself because it's just, it reminds me of the man cave. It's eclectic. There's just, you look over there and there's a picture and you go, wow, that, okay. And you look over here and there's a little statue over here and you look over there and there's no like straight up theme
to
throughout
it.
the whole
It's-
place.
yeah.
It's very eclectic and there's just, you look over and there's Laurel and Hardy up on the shelf and then you look a little ways over and there's something else that doesn't match that but matches the whole eclectic
And you have
room.
the old-timey music playing, too.
How long have they been in business, you know?
Like 7 years,
7, 8
8 years.
Oh, okay.
And what's the number one thing? They've got the number one. They're rated number one in 2025.
They have they just got number 1 2026 from Oakland County Times, best Polish restaurant.
Nice. Okay.
So they beat out actually Polish Village.
Ooh.
So
Beat them down.
yeah.
Nice.
Tina says hello, my brain.
Hey, Tina. They working, huh?
Must be done.
Well, Lisa said she was going to be in chat. So, and you know, Tina was.
Well, she was
showed up
Tina.
late.
Yeah. Well, Tina
Not late. Later in the afternoon.
later in the afternoon after you left, but I know Lisa was going to be there until close, which
Right.
so I don't know when she'll be on.
Okay.
But we got Tina.
Well,
So
getting
get back to this.
the
Yeah.
dark money.
Yeah. Let's go over your paper.
Well,
I don't want
was
to
gonna
finish. You know what?
say,
Let me finish this video, just a little bit of it,
Okay.
and then we're gonna get into the dark money because he touches on some of this stuff.
You an obstructionist and a fool. What's your response?
Well, he knows I'm not a fool. He calls me a sharp cookie when we talk privately. He brags on his uncle, who taught at MIT 41 years, because he knows I went to MIT and got 2 degrees. So he knows I'm not a fool. He knows I'm tough, too. He calls me a tough cookie when we talk on the phone, because he knows I don't crumble. He knows when I take a position, I stand on that position, and he knows I'm tough to beat.
If you're tired of constantly switching
Oh my God,
glasses,
I'm
you
not
have to
doing-
try
I'm
this.
not doing your ad.
That's why I get ad block.
Well, I played it on my computer earlier and it didn't do that. Anyways, all right, I'm done with the video. I'm done with it. All right, so
Yeah,
let's get into
so-
this. Let's talk about the dark money because that's what I wanted to do. That's what this is. It's public that it's $32 million for this primary down there in Kentucky.
Yeah.
But
Well, here's the thing, where we can cite example after example of dark money.
yeah,
And in Michigan, if I gave you, I was sharing with you before we went on air, that if you want somebody that's made a point of tracking the dark money in Michigan,
yeah.
Bob Cushman
Bob Cushman.
is
Shout out to Bob.
absolutely amazing.
And I'm going to tell you what. I texted Joe around 4:30.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey, are you available? Larry's out, and I got a 4th chair open, and you periodically come on, maybe once a month or so, like that."
I sent you, Jeremy. I sent you an image on Facebook if you want to pull that up at some point. I think
Okay.
it's good.
I'm cutting in and out now here. Or it's the mic.
No, your mic's good.
It is?
Yeah, just may have to jettison your headphones.
Okay.
We're not playing a video right now, but anyways, I pointed out that Joe had from 4:30. You were bowling with your wife.
Right.
You still had time to go home at dinner and then put together a 4-page packet with a cover letter
Yeah.
with the help of Grok
Yeah.
that you just discovered exists.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Well, it's two things: Grok and
Texting.
texting.
Right,
You know.
dude. I'm going to confiscate your pager after this and force you to use texting from now on.
Okay.
But,
Well, it's
but-
funny. It's fun, sorry to interrupt, but it's like funny every time before we start a show, we have Larry on his phone. It's like sending out something.
Dude.
Join us on another exciting episode of This Is My Brain.
He's got all
Yeah,
this time to
but-
do stuff, and
but
he,
you know
he
what?
waits till he's here.
I'm sitting. I feel like I'm really filling Larry's shoes tonight because you two have done nothing but malign and
Attack you the whole night?
attack me the whole night. So
I think we attacked Malign and attacked Larry more while he was absent than you.
oh, okay.
Dude, he gets calls from some people that are like, "Do you see they were attacking you on the show?" I'm like, Larry, there's nothing that I would say on the show that I wouldn't say to your face. And actually, when we're not on air, there's other things I say to him. Larry's awesome.
Yeah, we
I
love
love
Larry.
He's
Yeah,
great.
So do I.
So let's
But-
get into this.
But the dark money, what I
Yeah.
was going to say is, and I wish I'd like to give your listeners this website. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh, I'm going to pull this up while we're talking.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of the ad, but go ahead and start us
Yeah.
out, and I'm going to pull up this.
And so,
give me the ad itself,
it's,
or the
oh, it's right on the sheet I gave you.
MichiganCorruption.com. Michigan's Corruption.com. And that's where you're getting some of this information along with the help of Grok,
Yep.
the newly invented AI thing.
Grok.
Go, Joe. I'm not
That-
letting it go, Joe.
No,
I'm just
you know
gonna
what?
keep hammering it tonight.
What you're doing is a crock. Talking about crock.
It's a crock talking about Grok.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Go ahead, hit us, Joe, with this dark money bullshit.
And so, who is it that's running for governor? I think that her husband is involved in
Data centers?
data centers. Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about our Secretary of State?
yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And what position does he hold?
He was like a vice president or something like
Of
that
one of
for
the data centers?
one of the developers or something like.
Yeah. He was embroiled in the whole Celine
Yeah, he
debacle
was.
down there.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
involved in the Celine stuff.
Isn't that coincidental?
Nothing to see there. I mean,
Yeah.
all right. So this is the site here, Michigan'sCorruption.com.
Right.
Follow the money. So there's the site, Michigan'sCorruption.com. Look that up, guys. Joe's going to be rattling off some statistics for us, and of course, there's 1 Timothy 6:10, talking about the love of money is the root of all evil. And I like to break that scripture down a lot
Well,
because it's literally the phileo of the Greek word for silver is the root of all evil. It's not billionaires that are the root of all evil. It's all the people that get paychecks from the billionaires that do the work for the billionaires that are the true root of evil, because if they can't get anybody to do the work for them, I say it this way, Hitler was wicked. Wicked means, you ever had wicker furniture? Mm-hmm. Well, what's the idea of wicker furniture? It's twisted and shaped differently than what it was originally grown. They take specific vines and stuff like that, and they twist them together. They kind of braid them together, and they make a chair out of it. It's wicker furniture, right? Yeah. So Hitler was wicked. He was a twisted soul. He had a purpose from God, and he chose to take that purpose into a twisted dynamic. But everybody that worked for him, that carried out his wicked plan, was evil, because they did it for a paycheck or they did it for opportunity, right?
yeah.
So that's one of the things I like to point out is the love of money is the root of all evil, because you'll get a whole bunch of people that, well, I needed the paycheck. Why did people take the jab and not stand their ground? Millions of people took the jab and didn't stand their ground against their employers. The ones that did, Some of them are getting vindication now, getting $1 million judgments.
Well, look at all the guys that got pitched out of the army and the services, and now they're getting brought back with
exactly, and
back
so
pay.
very
Back
few
pay,
people,
yeah.
very few people stand up against that corruption. They go, "Well, I needed a paycheck. I had to take care of my family." So that's the love of money. It's not. We automatically, the love of money is the root of all evil. We point to the rich. It's the people who do the bidding of the rich. You know,
It's anybody that puts money before
take away
is their God.
Yeah, take away Zuckerberg's entourage of security, and what has he got? Nothing. But those guys are his security because they're getting paid, not because they agree with him.
Right.
They're getting paid. That's all that is.
That's it. Follow the money.
All right.
But so my intent on providing this information was just using this as an example. I really don't want to get in a position of picking winners and losers on here. This is just kind of information
Okay.
I wanted to share.
But let's run
with
it
you.
down.
But the thing is, with what Bob Cushman has investigated, and if you page down, you'll see there'll be some examples of things that he's investigated. If you scroll down,
Yeah. How far?
keep going. There you go.
Table of contents.
And it goes, it's rather extensive. And look, and he picks
Different people.
different examples.
Oh, there's Lana Tice. Oh, what's up with that? There's 3 entries there.
Yeah.
She's the one that spent $1.2 million
$1
to defeat a candidate with 20 grand.
Yeah, and I will say this: there was a rumor going around that I was out to get Lana Tice, and so anyway, I spoke to Lana Tice, and I told her, I said, little old me going after a state senator, it's foolhardy to even say or suggest that I'm out to get her. But the thing was, all I did was speak freely and say, listen, when she says, Pat Colbeck is a friend of mine.
Yep.
I highly respect the man. I love the guy. And what he's doing for election integrity is phenomenal. And when Lana Tice says that, along with 2 other senators, say that anybody that even suggests that there was extensive cheating and there was extensive election
Irregularities.
right, that they themselves should be investigated. Now here, she's telling a former 2-term state senator that he should be investigated because he's pursuing this election integrity and he's proving that the election was greatly flawed.
Yeah.
And so I took exception to that because Pat Colbeck's somebody I highly respect and care about.
Right.
And so my statement.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, I got it.
And it's on Michigan elections, and he was talking about Michigan elections, and that fits right in.
Yeah.
Big time.
All right, finish your.
Yeah,
Get to a
so-
stopping point now. I'm going to pull that up. for
Yeah.
Patrick.
So anyway, that's all it was, and
Okay.
just set the record straight.
Well, Boland has that one, right?
Yep.
He's got it too.
Yep, Bill Bowen's on it, that's how I got it.
So this goes right along with it, what you're saying, Joe. So there's Alyssa Slotkin's Larry's favorite. Alyssa Slotkin won Michigan by 19,000 votes. Michigan reported to have 8.4 million registered voters. Michigan's citizen voting age population was only 7.6 million. Michigan had almost 800,000 more voters than were eligible for voting age citizens. That's part of the corruption. But same thing with Whitmer, right here. Here's the breaking thing.
Breaking.
Oh, that was, all right, I got to go to Patrick's here in a minute. Finish up your point.
Oh, well,
Or not
I
your
just
point,
want to warn you, though, that you need to be investigated for what you're doing here, spreading
Of course.
this.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions. Where you at, Patrick? There you are. Patrick had a better picture of the, well, when it loads up this year. Teddy, are we doing in chat over there? Well, we got a minute while my page is
We got
clearly-
Tina saying Mark 8:46, and then what good is it for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul?
Correct.
And Dale says love going to Chopsky's.
Nice. What's Dale's favorite meal there?
I don't know. What's your favorite meal at Chopsky's, Dale?
Inquiring minds want to know, Dale. All right, for some reason, my fake book is not wanting to operate. Did you know that? Oh, I love Lori. The Obama and Bush administration purchased 30,000 guillotines and have them stashed at FEMA camps around the United States. Now ask yourself, why would they need 30,000 guillotines? Maybe because you opposed the data center and asked where all the money went.
You get your head chopped off.
There it is. Okay. Let's see if this is working. Dink. Ah. So the same thing, but this had the better numbers that I wanted to see. There it is. Why is that not? Oh, okay. It's over here. So this one shows Gretchen Whitmer. Breaking. Gretchen Whitmer won Michigan by roughly 470,000 votes in 2022. Michigan had 586,000 more voters than eligible voting age citizens. How does that work out?
Just does, and you can't question it. And you
Yeah,
know.
safest and most accurate, secure election ever in history.
Yeah, we have the most comprehensive voter fraud network in American history. I mean, that's what Joe Biden said. 2024.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Now, what do you
Seriously,
think?
but
What
by
do
the
you
way-
think about this? Because I think we're at the point that the Dems can steal any election they want. So my question is, why did they let Trump win?
Because he was on it, because he had agents at Cobo Hall this time, and they tried again, and there were two U-Haul panel trucks that pulled up the back of that building, and they were surrounded with agents with guns drawn. And the second one backed up and got away. The guys got away, but the truck was dumped on the lodge, and they found it. And those were packed full of ballots. The first group of guys, they got them. That's why. Because Trump said, okay, the strategic places where they pulled this crap last time,
Yep.
we're after them. We're on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and on top of that, they didn't think he was going to win in 2016. They already had Hillary crowned and ordained. And when, surprised, they didn't do enough of a steal
Right.
in 2016.
Yeah.
They
And
didn't think they had to. They thought they had it in the bag.
Yeah.
2020, what? Biden jumps to 80 million when Barack Obama, who was extremely popular, had 61 or 63 million. All of a sudden, Biden gets more than Obama. And then when it drops back down, when Trump runs in 2024 against cackling Kamala, all of a sudden the Dem voting numbers drop back down to where they were in line with what Obama had received. You know?
Yep. And so I thought maybe there was this element, call me crazy, that maybe they didn't interfere as much. They wanted Trump to win so they could say, see, we have fair elections.
I think it's part of it, but I also think that when you saw the tech billionaires
Yeah.
and Zionist interests go behind Trump, then you knew what was going to be decided. Because you don't have Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and all that supporting Trump or signaling support of Trump in 2024 for no reason.
So this one you sent me earlier is from Track APAC. There's Ed Galerian. I don't even like his last name. It's dumb. Galerian. Galerian. I don't even know how to say it. 15.5 million. And Thomas Massie, how much did he get from it? Oh, 0 from pro-Israel PACs of any kind. And what did he say in that video before it went to ads? Said Marion Adelson and others have come at him for years trying to buy him off. And he said, I can't be bought.
Right.
That's why they have to get rid of him.
And I'd like to say that as more and more people hear about people like Bob Cushman, or they know that they can explore Grok or whatever other options.
You saying there's other AIs out there?
That we need, that we need to encourage people to get engaged. Another way that I would do it, and this is a little bit off the farm, but from 4 to 7 o'clock on WMUZ, there's a fellow called Lorenzo Sewell.
Okay.
And that guy is so unbelievably courageous and right on that wherever I go, I spread the word. I want everybody to listen to him. The man is amazing. And he's calling out these politicians, and he's calling people out in his own race, creed, whatever. He'll tell them the way it is, and it's so informative that I would just encourage everybody to listen.
Joe, read through us some of these that are on here. I next asked Grok AI, has DTE Energy and Consumers Energy contributed similar amounts to any other gubernatorial candidates other than Nesbitt? Yes. But the amounts and forms of support vary significantly by candidate. Let's go through some of these.
Yeah, and so that mentions, and I wasn't gonna pick names. I was basically supplying this so that we could say, hey, folks that are listening, go to these resources and check them out. But you could easily, anybody that wanted to get this could easily get this information. I guess my point is that this was sent to me because I actually was encouraged to support Eric Nesbitt because he's a true conservative.
Okay.
And he's a farmer.
He's a farmer. He's a Christian. He supports Trump. A lot of good things that I really liked about him. But I just find it troubling.
How much money did he receive?
How much money did he receive? And I don't have my glasses, but it goes through, and I don't want to pick on him, but it goes through and it tells you who's getting money. For example, who is it that says who the people on that govern the utilities that have control over rate hikes? Who is it that does that?
Consumers.
Congress, right? But I mean,
No.
it's
No, it's is it the governor picks the people, the
It's like
oversights?
it's like a commission, right?
Yeah.
Consumer something board.
Right. And so whoever oversees that.
yeah.
And
Okay,
now
Google.
you wonder,
Who oversees rates for Consumers Energy and DTE in Michigan? I'm curious.
DTE Energy generally has higher electric rates than Consumers Energy. DTE's average residential
Yeah, but who governs it?
Okay, Google.
Shut up, Google.
Who governs their rates? Michigan Public Service Commission.
That's who it
Michigan
was.
Public Service Commission. Okay.
Yes, okay.
And here's the interesting thing to me. Didn't they just pass
Yes.
Two.
two
Rate hikes.
huge rate hike? I
Yeah,
mean, not like
just
little.
2 weeks ago.
1.5 billion and then another one for 700 and
Yeah.
something billion or a million. Okay. That's if I know how to do math, that's 2.2 billion in the last month. Rate hikes.
Rate hikes. Yep.
Here's one.
And they're donating all this money to political campaigns? They
Mike-
shouldn't have anything to fucking do with it.
How about Mike Dugan, indirect and individual support, DTE executives, for example, a former CEO, Jerry Norcia, and Jerry Anderson gave maximum individual contributions of $8,300 to, donated $50,000 to Mike Dugan. And then we could go on. I don't have my glasses, so I'm having a hard time. John James.
Oh, John James?
Minimal to
What's his-
non-identified, no direct DT or consumer contributions reported to his gubernatorial campaign.
No,
So
he's going to
that-
vote for the kill switches in our vehicles, whether they give him money or not.
Right.
He doesn't have to have that money to vote.
So that's good. But utilities give broadly to legislative caucuses, leadership PACs, and energy committee members, often thousands per lawmaker, with Nesbitt and Whitmer ranking high due to their roles. So the higher up the chain you are, the more money you get. And so anyway, you can get on Grok and look this information up, and you can, whoever you think you're supporting, delve into it, do a little research,
Right?
and find out.
What are you saying?
Do your due diligence.
Listen, Pumpkinhead over at CNN when he was there, Brian Stelter,
Uh-huh.
said that the most dangerous words out there is do your own research. Joe, you're just falling right into the trap.
Yeah.
Man, you're going to be investigated,
Yeah.
and you're doing your own research. I'm
And
listen. I invited you on the show, but I didn't expect to get sued later.
Yeah, and I'm going after state senators, and I'm spreading.
Yeah.
I'm talking about election integrity.
How dare you?
And
How dare you?
The elections were rigged
you
in
know what?
2020.
I want to know. Will you do a GoFundMe if I go to jail?
I don't know if I want to be associated with your kind of.
Well, I
riffraff.
mean, there's a slush fund for people that will be
you might fall into that.
persecuted under the Biden and Obama.
You might be
admins.
falling in. Yeah, that's true. You might be falling into that category of being low IQ that I've heard about.
Yeah. If you have 2 degrees, then you are low IQ, obviously. You're a fool.
You're a fool.
That's like something Mark Levin was like, you're a fool.
You're an idiot. Get off my phone.
Oh, Gretchen Whitmer, highest overall recipient among state officials, $151,315 in utility PAC contributions through October 2025.
Hail Whitmer.
Yeah.
Hail Whitmer.
So you get the drift.
Yes.
Follow the money.
Yep.
Catch us up a
So-
little bit in chat there, Teddy.
So we know what's going on.
Yeah, we just got to explain. See, that's what I said earlier. I don't have a problem with people getting money. I have a problem with it being you got to go
Where it
through
comes
something like
from.
this to find it out.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
They walk right up and they go. It's like you almost want the politicians to be like stock car drivers. And I heard somebody say this
Yeah,
before,
where
where
they-
they got a DTE patch over here and another patch over here, tell
got-
them, and another APAC over here, and they're
Yeah,
like,
need to advertise where they're getting.
exactly.
Yeah.
Who's your
paying them.
sponsor?
Yep.
Who's your sponsor? Because it sure as hell ain't us.
Right.
We're the American people, your constituency. We're the ones that you
Yeah,
should be.
who you bought and paid for by?
Exactly.
Dale says,
Full disclosure.
Right.
Yeah, full disclosure is what we want.
Right.
And if you had full disclosure, that's why people need to get we need to spread the word as much as we can, and just hope that people, because I'm telling you what, we lose these midterms. That's another subject.
Yeah.
I won't get into that.
Teddy, sorry, you got cut off.
So
sometimes.
Dale's favorite thing from Chofsky's that we asked him earlier is
The
stuffed cabbage.
Yeah.
And then he also says
He's asking about Lord Fuckwad.
I don't know the context behind that. So
Whatever we were saying back then.
maybe when you pulled up the Whitmer photo.
Maybe.
But he says Joe does know how to find stuff out there. And then
Yeah.
Tina says Lansing, Michigan, from WJRT. DTE Energy filed a 474 million electric rate increase request on Tuesday, but said that it will be the last hike for at least 2 years, thanks to revenue from data centers. This is from April 28th, 2026.
Wah, wah, wah.
And Dale says Whitler. And he also says yes in terms of the Lord Farquaad thing.
Yeah. Did nobody ever notice that
It's
when
like-
you're
it's like-
watching
It's like Whitmer trying to explain the data centers. Some of you may die, but as a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Did nobody ever notice in the movie Shrek, when you watched it with your kids, your grandkids, whatever, the movie Shrek, that the main villain there was named Lord Farquaad?
Yep, he was a little pipsqueak.
And nobody got the phraseology that it was Lord Fuckwad?
Yep. Yep.
And John Lithgow did a phenomenal job voicing Lord Fuckwad.
And he was fake.
Huh?
And he was fake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he sat on a horse with fake legs. When they actually take him off the horse, he
And
only
was
stands
tiny.
about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, he was tiny.
Yep.
I mean, Yoda was slapping him down.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So it's
All
just
right.
a matter of
Some
getting
dark money, man.
getting the word out and letting people know. And we're doing
That's what I
that
don't
here.
like. I don't like the. It's you can have dark money, or not. You can get money from different places. Are you upfront about it?
Right, because the key is if it's full disclosure,
Yeah.
then the people that are giving the money have to ask themselves, boy, is this, do I want...
I think I'm good, buddy. You want to get Joe water? Teddy, you good?
Can you get me a water?
Yeah, you want?
Thanks,
two
yeah,
waters?
thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, they have to ask themselves, is this worth it?
Right.
You
Right.
know, because the demons like the dark, right?
Dude, I haven't been offered huge amounts in my lifetime, but there have been times when people, I think we all get opportunities one way or another when you're out there doing business to kind of
Hedge your bet a little bit.
yeah, you're like, hey, well, you know what, we could pay, and I'm like, no, no.
Yeah.
Turned
In
down
fact,
some,
Well, this would be self-serving, so I won't mention what I was going to, but
So dark money, that was good. And again, we've got some warm bodies from Central Casting, as it's been put out there. Teddy, let's get into the Bester perspective
Did
tonight.
we want to reach out to Shane?
Shane's going to call at 10.
Okay.
So you got about 15, 17 minutes.
Okay.
Is that enough time for you, buddy?
Yeah, that should be enough time.
You should be good, because
it's
Larry's
enough
not
time
here
for
to
me
interrupt.
Yeah. Nope. Fucking pack. Pardon my language. It's not working again now. It was working fine now.
Did it
Okay,
die?
there we go.
But before you get started, I just
It's like
got
depending on how high.
Teddy.
There we go. Yep.
Before you get started, I just got to tell you about Slotkin. No.
You got to do the Larry voice. Well,
The
you know what?
Democrats in the
Well, I'm glad that Massie got voted out because he's a Democrat like Alyssa Slopskin.
Give us the Bester perspective there, Teddy. What's your perspective tonight?
I wanted to cover today a little bit of the term rhino.
Ooh.
So what is a rhino? It's Republican in name only.
Yeah, there's
And
no H.
So could you guys, you, Joe, could you guys explain to me what the term originally who was originally that term was meant for?
Joe?
I think, was that, did Rush Limbaugh come up with that?
He may have. Yeah.
Because, boy, he was quick on
Do you know that there's the dino term is also out there?
That's for
Democrats in name
that's like
only.
that's
Oh.
like
Dino.
Fetterman
I
now. That's
wasn't
like
aware of that.
the only person I hear about that is like Fetterman getting called that.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really a thing
But
until
you-
now.
Do you remember some of the first ones, Joe, that were called rhinos?
Oh, I can't remember specifically. I'm drawing a blank right now, but they were. Let me see. Was Newt Gingrich? He wasn't a rhino, was he?
No.
Okay, so Bush wasn't classified as a rhino.
No, he was a drunk.
Yeah. I'm talking about senior. Okay.
Oh,
that's
he was CIA.
Boy, that's going back a ways in my memory banks. Can you think of anything?
Not off the top of my head.
Well,
Teddy.
let's just say it's Republicans in name only. Back in the day, it was meant for neocons, right? Neoconservatives, basically liberal, liberal Republicans that would vote against any conservative, like bill or movement. Right?
So, I looked it up, and I'm gonna pull it up over here. What am I on? Rhino, an acronym for Republican in name only, is a pejorative label applied by look what I'm using.
Oh, you're looking.
Grokkapedia. Yeah, buddy, you taught me. You taught me tonight how to do it. Let's see. Tenets of limited government, fiscal restraint, strong national defense, and traditional social values. The term implies nominal affiliation with the Republican Party without substantive alignment with its ideological foundations, often targeting politicians who support bipartisan compromises, moderate positions on issues like immigration or taxation, or fail to confront Democrat agendas aggressively. Emerging in the 1990s amid intra-party debates over the direction of the GOP following the Reagan era, Rhino gained traction as a critique of the establishment figures perceived as accommodating liberal policies for electoral expediency. Its usage surged during the Tea Party insurgents of the late 2010s when the grassroots conservatives wielded it against incumbents like Senator Olympia Snowe and Arlene Specter, who backed measures such as the 2009 stimulus package or the cap-and-trade legislation. In the Donald Trump era, the epithet evolved to encompass not only policy deviations but also personal loyalty tests frequently directed at critics of Trump, such as Representative Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, or Senators Mitt Romney and Lisa Murkowski, for opposing his initiatives or supporting his impeachment. Go, Teddy.
Romney was the number. You hit it.
Yeah.
Was
So we all
And
know that
McCain.
rhinos were basically what was described on the list. We had, neoconservative liberals in the Republican Party that would vote against any conservative or right-wing action. But now, lately in the last year, we're seeing the term more often than used not for people, that would agree with us that are America First or anything like that, or we're hardcore MAGA, being used because they don't agree with the president, President Trump, on a couple issues, right? It's Iran or, big beautiful bill and its spending and all that.
Right.
That's coming from the right where, hey, we're $40 trillion in debt, as in Massie opposing the big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
We're $40 trillion in debt and this is going to only increase the deficit. Or people, it's like, hey, we shouldn't really be going to Iran because we don't need another forever war in the Middle East, and we're already in debt, and it's doing this. It seems that it's not really putting America first.
Correct.
So what I'm saying now is that it's more of, and I want to tie this in here with, as I put in the list, MAGA Incorporated. So we now have a hodgepodge list of influencers and politicians and all that are basically MAGA Incorporated. They use the MAGA brand and the MAGA name.
Yep.
Use is the operative word.
Uses to further their own agenda. And I think now we're seeing MAGA, actual MAGA being put away, America First MAGA.
Now
We're
it's
now
MEGA.
It's MEGA. But we're seeing a MAGA now be turned into the establishment.
Make Israel great again.
Okay.
But now we're seeing, MAGA Incorporated become the establishment. They're doing neocon things like Iran war, spending.
Yep.
not putting America first, and now we're seeing pushes for AI data centers and
None of the stuff that we
being
voted
bought out by the corporations, special interests, foreign interests,
Yeah.
and ignoring the actual voters, and the voters that people, the people that voted for them keep being betrayed again and again.
Yep.
And
Out of the 20 things that Trump ran on, he's now gone back on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even the immigration, which you would say we've done immigration. Yeah, but immigration was supposed to be deport them all.
the only thing that a lot of Trump apologists say, well, he closed the border. Well, closing the border is pretty easy. It's not a monumental thing to do.
Correct. And if you don't deport, then the next guy coming in will simply open
Make
it
it
back
worse,
up
make
and
it worse.
it won't be a
Or
big
what
deal.
is it where if your children are born here?
Oh, yeah.
But now we're seeing
anchor babies.
instead of
Dreamers.
instead of seeing rhinos like globalist, international types of liberals in the Republican Party being shunned, we're seeing actual America First people being shunned.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing people that question the Iran war being shunned.
Yeah.
We're seeing people, right-wing people, conservative people, if they disagree with Trump,
Right.
they're shunned and called a rhino. So I just always thought the last year that bothered me was being termed rhino. And when Joe was here one time, I always liked the story he had of someone, when he was at the convention, he's like, someone's saying, aren't we good Republicans? And Joe says, no, we're good conservatives.
Exactly.
And I think right now that, especially with what's going on with Thomas Massie, is that it's it doesn't matter who you are, if you're a former Democrat and you're funded by AIPAC, like Ed Gallerin is, as long as you kowtow to the MAGA establishment backed by international capital, finance, tech, and foreign interests, then you will be, called by the, people that still.
So what do you think happened? You think they got to Trump? They got to him. They didn't get to him financially. How did they get to him?
Maybe his family?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, his family's making a lot of money from crypto trades. You had the
We're not
Trump.
talking money. We're talking about
Physical.
what they did to Charlie Kirk type.
Yeah.
I think they walked in and said, did you see what happened to Charlie? Remember how close it was in Butler?
Yep.
Maybe you ought to think about that.
And
Well, I mean, you got to go back to what MTG said, where she's like,
Oh, yeah,
talking
would
about
embarrass
Charlie-
all of his friends.
Yeah, embarrassed all of his friends. So
Right.
maybe there's a dynamic of, the fact of Trump being there and doing this. You think he would be smarter than
The average bear.
The average bear in terms of how to fix the economy, not worry about all these foreign stuff, not keep talking about the ballroom when people are paying $5 a gas.
I kind of.
So I think that what's going on is a push from the system itself, is they're going to put America first. People are going to think MAGA as America first, right? The general public. So it's like the woke in 2024, that's going to be put away,
Right.
in terms of, getting the public to back a neoliberal, globalist, center-left type like Gavin Newsom.
Mm-hmm.
So neo-Obama basically will probably rise up and say there's going to be hope and change, and we're in for the little guy and all that. But that's because we're basically like 2006 Republicans, where it's like we're bogged down in these foreign wars.
Yep.
The economy's starting to crumble.
Yep.
Right. We're probably not reaching the worst of it yet. That's probably down the road.
Yeah.
And people are going to buy into the neoliberal center-left thing. I mean, we see it in Canada with Carney, Australia, Britain. There's just been a very big shift in, populists. I like to call them sloppulist, because they just regurgitate slop and they don't do anything meaningful.
Right.
Where it's going to be for basically center-left types. I think that's what's going to happen in 2028. And we're heading toward that road in 2026 in a big way.
Here's your new clip, Teddy, since you brought it up multiple times during your.
And then Tina says, if you're not supporting our greatest ally, you're a rhino.
That's true. And you know what we do to people who don't support what we want them to support? Come on. Stupid.
Oh, no.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
That's an
Dude,
old,
is that old one?
That is an old gym right
I
there.
want you to
Sean the non-believer. Sean.
That's an old gym right there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's an old YouTube
Shun the
gym.
non-believer.
Shun the non-believer. Can we
I
have
want
that?
that- I want
Can
that
we have
clip.
that as a soundboard?
Yeah, I want
Shun
that
the
on-
non-believer.
Shun.
Can I share one quick thought?
Maybe.
It was.
If we don't interrupt you 4 or 5 times.
No, I got this straight from Croc. No.
The croc.
The Croc.
The croc. Grok the croc.
But no, when we had our Livingston County back in 22 turnover.
In the good old days?
In the good old days. And the thought process was, you know, people talk about unity.
Yeah.
But I'm at the point that we need America strong, America first, and let the moderates and the rhinos, let them go over and fix the Democrat Party, and leave the America first strong.
I don't know what the Democrats have to run on. They, they just don't have
Hate Trump.
leaders. That's it.
Yeah.
But you ask them, okay,
Because
tell me what's good about the Democratic Party. I understand that you hate Trump, and I'll admit that the guy's not perfect. But tell me what you like. What's the real positive thing about the Democratic Party?
Yeah.
They can't come up with it.
Nothing.
I
Not a
think
fucking thing.
I agree with you, Pat. And the problem is that the second term has been just such a downward spiral.
A
That
disappointment.
people don't like the Democratic Party, but they don't like how the country's being governed the way that it's going. That they're going to vote for the Democrat Party or just
Or
sit
they're
out.
just going to sit
And
out.
They're
The
just
more
gonna sit
people
out.
are saying sit out.
and when that happens, we're
Yeah.
done for.
Well, and now,
There's no turning back.
and again, we've had Shane Trejo and other people, and he's going to be calling here in a minute.
Sure. I thought he was going to call an hour ago. What happened to him?
No, it was said 9:30, and then because Massie's basically lost down there, he's like, how about 10 o'clock? You still want me to call? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Teddy, in fact, I'll have you grab the 5th pack over there with one of the microphones, because I'm going to set it next to my phone while we talk.
But
to him.
the thing is, it's killing us, is there's no strong opposition. The Republican Party is not the opposition party, except for the segment of the real conservative, America First folks. And
Yeah.
we need a ton more of them.
But that's my point is when Shane's came on with a number of guests, we talked about how there are more registered independents now than ever before.
So
You got
maybe we'll end
40%.
maybe we'll end up with a third party, which would not be bad.
I would love a third
I'd
party.
love a third party.
Absolutely. In fact, I would love the third party just from the standpoint of destroying that
The uniparty.
concept of only 2 parties.
Yeah.
President Washington, I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him, but Washington said that
Don't know. Maybe.
parties are not. We don't want to be factioned into parties. You want to keep it independent. In his terminology. Thank you, sir.
Because
We got about 2 minutes before Shane's going to call us.
Because what I refer to a majority of the Republican Party are gutless wonders, and they don't stand on principle. They want to be invited to the parties, and they want to have all the perks, and it's all about them, and damn the people.
Isn't that what
And
it
so-
is?
Yeah, and
No,
so
we'll be able to hear it.
we need
I'm gonna play it through here. Oh, you want the headphones over there too? Nice.
we need to clean them out and replace them with principled, strong.
But that's where we're
principled.
talking about the dark money coming in. It's like, how do we?
How
dude,
do
they
you
just-
break that?
We had a local campaign here with Mike Detmer who had $20,000
I know I knocked
clean
on
money, and
2,000 doors for
he
the guy.
how close was he in the primary?
Yeah,
To somebody that raised 1.2 million,
yeah.
or not raised it, but used it.
Because the Republican Party did not want, Mike Detmer was too radical for him. And they did not, the party
Well, that's true.
itself didn't want him.
That's true.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
These local groups, they decide who they want to back right out of the gate, and they don't allow anybody else to have the floor. They make
Correct.
their decision.
Who was it? I just saw a thing. One of the candidates for governor wasn't invited to a. There's something in July, and they weren't invited, and they're saying because we didn't think she's going to get the signatures. Yet none of the signatures have been finalized, and none of it's been published. Who has all the signatures, including the guy that they did invite? It's like, dude.
Would be that.
And why are presidents involved in
Wagner?
primary races? Yeah,
Is it
Wagner.
Carol Wagner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why are presidents involved in primary races? You know?
Yeah.
Why is Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense,
While we're at
showing up at a fucking primary rally?
while we're at
Oh, yeah.
while we're in the middle of a conflict,
Exactly.
Yeah.
The
because
Secretary of Defense or Secretary of
War. It's
War.
obvious that this administration, and has just been over and over, just been stabbing us in the back. We had Doge, we had the momentum going.
We had all of
We had
those.
everything.
We had shock and awe going, and it just collapsed. Doge is
Dude,
no more. And
It's
then
like
we
the
just keep,
first month was the best we got,
Yep.
and then it just petered out and went downhill.
Right. I mean, that's
We had
just-
all of these executive orders. Well, okay, but if you don't get those executive orders turned into actual legislation, they're going to expire at a certain point. Sure, you could renew them with another executive order, but they're just temporary things. Then you had Doge in there, as we said, right? And they're in there finding all of this waste and fraud.
and
then,
no arrests.
not a single fucking arrest.
I know it. That's my big thing. If you're going to prosecute this Iran war, agree or disagree, just with that one point.
Yeah.
But you do it after you fix the economy, after you prosecute the people that prosecuted you, because we have a two-tier justice system. And you fix that, fix the economy, get through the midterms, then go do whatever you're going to do. What would be wrong with that?
Nothing. It would be
But
proper.
But it was the inverse, where he was focused on foreign stuff. He stopped all these wars, even though they're still going on.
Well, again,
and
and
he wanted the Nobel Peace Prize because that's his ego.
And I think the other part of his ego is if he couldn't succeed domestically, he was going to put his art of the deal in motion and succeed
Internationally.
internationally.
Geopolitically.
Yeah, he was going to intercede across the world. And he had such a victory there with
Venezuela.
Maduro in Venezuela that they told him, they lied to him and said, oh, it's going to be the same way in Iran. The mullah's going to fall and the people are going to rise up and you're going to be good to go. It's going to be the same way. Well, he didn't learn from Venezuela the fact that you took out Maduro, but then you installed his vice president, who's just as much of a communist dictator bitch as Maduro was. So what did you gain?
Yeah.
You know, you're threatening to blow up tankers down there.
You gained a barrel at the edge of their head until Trump's out of office.
And I'll say it again.
And I'll say this: when Trump's out of office, guess how Venezuela's going to be if that regime is still in power? It's going to revert back.
It's going to revert back, and it's going to be run by the CIA, like so many of them. And I'll tell you, for me, it's cut and dry. It's all about the petrodollar, and I think that ultimately is in the back of Trump's mind.
And that's one way to engage in this war that we're at war with China.
Yeah.
Or they're at war with us.
Isn't our debt service on the national debt, hasn't it exceeded our GDP?
GDP, yeah.
They've always said that when that happens, the country's done. Country's done. I'm going to
I
check.
think the best thing we can do is claim bankruptcy. And there goes the dollar. What's the dollar worth today anyway?
Well, in our investments in that, what's that worth anymore? Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Just claim bankruptcy.
So then the
corporation
socialists,
goes
so the
forward.
socialists will win at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Shane's going to be calling here in a minute. I just saw that he asked where does he call. He's going to call in right here. So we'll be talking to Shane Trejo live in Kentucky. I don't know if he's at the headquarters of Thomas Massie. There it is.
And I'll just say for the record, we got the votes right here.
Shane, I can hear you, buddy. I want to put you on. Make sure you got you on the microphone. Talking to that.
All right.
Ooh, that's
Can you guys hear me? Are we live?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn you. I'm gonna make sure because